Morlock. I work for Hodge Construction here in Iowa City, Iowa. Right now we're currently building a 45 unit apartment complex on the river landing in Coralville. Started in February, hopefully be done in March of 2021. Currently the structure's about up. We'll start putting windows in here in the next couple of weeks. And then we'll start brick and siding. Right now they're currently doing the mechanical, electrical, plumbing rough-ins on the interior, getting ready for drywall work once we get dried in, and then flooring and finishes to follow that. I've been working in construction since I was probably 16. My dad owned a construction company locally here. I've just started with Hodge in January of this year, so I've been here that long. But I've done some projects for Hodge in the past, hotel downtown, so I grew up with them. They're great family, great company. So I went to the University of Iowa, just kind of have a general studies degree, just working in construction. My whole life is, mostly on-site experience. So we'll start at 7 here, get the guys rolling. There's not a lot of typical days in construction. Seems like about every day is a little bit different. Every job's different, but on this one, we have a lot of the same subcontractors, so they're all pretty in tune with what they need to do each day. So it's not a lot of issues or babysitting or anything like that on this one. So it's gone pretty smooth. But we'll just make sure everyone has the right paperwork, where things go and how we want it, and that's pretty much it, day in, day out. Favorite stuff is just, every day being different. It's always a challenge. There's never really an easy project, I would say. So that's always fun. Least favorite, you get rain days, it's muddy, the weather, working in the winter gets to be tough, but it's all part of the challenge. Currently we're doing a hotel project, a senior living project. We have a few other multifamily projects, some single family stuff. Traditionally, I don't think there's as much of that going on right now, but so always, I think right now it's probably some of the bigger projects that Hodge is taking on. I think that seems to be going well for us. We'll work with architects or hire the architects to design most of the projects. Our input on what we'd like to see for unit layouts, the style of building, and a lot of these the city kind of has some say in what you can and can't do, so you're kind of bound by that a little bit. But. So these two lifts here, the pull-through framers, they use them, to get material up and down. They can put a man basket on like that one has, where they can get up and in it. They have to be tied off and all that to work up on the roof or the side of the building, set windows, etc. This little excavator here is the foundation contractors. He just got done doing some footings for the decks that get framed off of here. Drilled the footings with the skid loader and the auger bit on it there. This eventually will be the roadway into the new building. You want to see anything inside?
That'd be great, yeah.
So this is one of the 2-bedroom units in the building. Bedroom here, bathroom, closet, and then basically the same on the opposite side. The kitchen will be here. This will all be a living area. There'll be a deck off of here for each unit, so that'll be pretty nice.
Cool.
This one specifically has a lot of underground parking. As opposed to out in the streets, there's not as much room out there for that, so it's pretty nice. And the tenants have enclosed parking for the winter and summer, not have to worry about their cars.
When you guys are doing the planning and stuff, how do you determine where things go? Or what is the smartest way to put some of the stuff together?
You know, as far as like outlets, plumbing, all of that, we work with a lot of the electrical contractors that'll, you know, kind of code requires so many outlets in so many places, but they are, you know, familiar with that. Then we can kind of tweak and adjust as we like, you know, as a company. And plumbing is kind of the same. Just if we like a kitchen layout this way or that way, you know, we kind of just tweak it before we start building. And then, you know, lighting's kind of a code thing, and mechanical, you know, heating and air conditioning is kind of the same thing. But it seems like for a lot of our projects, they're try and keep them similar. That way, maintenance and stuff is easy throughout all the buildings. So
cool. How important is safety on the job site?
Safety is one of our higher priorities. You know, you don't want anybody getting hurt, obviously. You want everyone to go home at the end of the day to their families. And so, you know, safety rails everywhere, tied off if you're above certain heights or doing certain things. And then, you know, in the summers, you want to keep hydrated, stay cool as much as you can. In the winters, you know, you got to stay warm as well. So take breaks and, you know, make sure people are taking care of themselves. Typical for the building. This will be the elevator shaft in the center of the building here. So kind of get a look up and down.
Oh, cool, yeah.
In there.
What comes first as you're building when you're putting together a building like this?
So typically you get your excavation done, then start your concrete foundation. Elevator shafts usually are right in that timeline. Get those built up and out of the way. It just takes a lot of equipment to come in and build one of these. So try and get them while there's not a lot of people on site. Then basically after that it'll be your framing and concrete slabs, and you just kind of keep going from there on the interior finishes. Get the exterior wrapped up.
Cool, awesome. What's your favorite thing to do? Do you work on the job site a lot, or is it mostly, you know, kind of coordinating?
I'm mostly coordinating and management stuff. I will work on the job sites every once in a while, you know, if there's not a lot going on or we just need something to get done quickly and need an extra hand. But we typically have a few guys on site that'll kind of do oddball tasks and keep things rolling if people can't get them done for us.
Is there anything in particular you like to do when you are, you know, hands-on?
You know, I used to do a lot of concrete work, so I like doing concrete foundation work, stuff like that. I, you know, don't get into it much anymore, but you know, I can do a little bit of everything. But you know, that's the fun part about construction is you can do something different every day, and you know, you're not stuck doing the same thing over and over and over. So
cool.
That's the best parts about it.
Very cool. So you see here, it's changed a little bit. We had before it's just kind of like the beams and things, and then you guys have the walls. What, like the plywood up? Or?
Yeah, so the plywood is for shear wall, so if it gets windy, you know, it keeps the building rigid. That's pretty typical in around stairways, and then some of the, like in stairways, you have higher fire ratings, so you'll have more layers of drywall, more layers of plywood, just for structure in that fire rating. And then, you know, bigger openings will have a bigger header, a bunch of beams laminated, as opposed to, you know, a smaller doorway will have a smaller structure to carry it.
Cool. Awesome.
Go down to the basement and I'll kind of show you the structure that holds up everything.
Cool.
Above. This is all the underground parking space. The steel beams and columns carry the framing above for the most part, and the foundation walls carry, and the joists span everything between. So this white coating has a fireproofing on there, which is so that if there was a fire, it'd get too hot and the beams can lose their structure. So basically that fireproofing will take some of the heat in case of a fire, which hopefully it doesn't happen.
What are these things over here?
These are the shower bases for all the units. They come, I think these ones came out of Indiana, so some of the products take a little longer to get, so we like to get them on site sooner than later. These aren't really, don't get damaged by weather or getting wet, so we store things like this on site down here. You know, they're safe. That way we have them for when we need them.
Cool. How many, what's the most people that you have working, like at a site like this at a time?
On a project like this, we'll probably, you know, when things really start ramping up and you have all the trades here at once, you'll probably have 50 to 60 guys on site at once.
Wow.
So, you know, there's projects that you can have hundreds of guys. We've got a couple bigger ones going, but this one's kind of middle of the pack, multi-family stuff.
Is it a slower day today?
Today's a little slower because of the weather. On Monday we got the rain. We're waiting to get the roof on, get that dried in. That opens up a lot more activity for the trades inside. So yeah, it's a little smaller crew today, but hopefully in the next couple weeks we start ramping up and getting some more guys on site.